Hey, it's your boy AJ back with another freaking video, and today I'm here with another mental hospital series story time. Girl, it is time to crank it up a notch. Oh my goodness. I've been doing this story time series for about a half a year now, or almost a year. I don't know. But baby, I've been doing this series quite a bit of time. It's time to crank it up and start telling these stories more and more. I've been waiting around for my camera because I knew the story times are about to get really, really juicy or very more interesting. So I wanted to, girl, upgrade the quality. I've been waiting around to tell these story times, but now, girl, since we done got all the upgrades that I needed, honey, we is back. We is back with a mental hospital story time, baby. It's time to tell y'all why I'm insane. But without further ado, honey, let's run. Now, I do want to say this before I hop into the story time. I feel like I say this in every single video. If you haven't seen any of the mental hospital story times, go watch from the beginning, okay? I've only did a couple. Go catch up. Everything is being told in order, okay? I was in the mental hospital from December all the way to June. I say it 50 million times. I'm pretty sure y'all can comment it or y'all probably be saying it out loud with me if you've seen all these story times, honey. But I'm sharing my experience from funny, sad, crazy, rage. I'm sharing all of my experience, okay, baby? I'm not on no NDA, no HIPAA. I'm not on none of that. So I'm just here talking and spilling the tea. So I'm here with a story time to tell you guys about this boy, and we have to give him a nickname. I think his nickname is gonna be Jordan. Okay, we're gonna give him a nickname. His name's gonna be Jordan, honey. And Jordan was a little mentally unstable. Now, I speak about this not really being a mental hospital in all of the story times because truly, this was not a mental hospital. I give it that title because it's like, edgy. But it was really a behavior center. It would be somewhere that we would be sent if we start wilding out, of course. So, Jordan got sent here for wilding out. Now, I do not know his testimony, but I know he wilded out and got sent over to the behavior hospital. So, in comes Jordan. When I first seen Jordan, I could tell, he was halfway here, but not fully here. He was the first person that I dealt with in the mental hospital or behavior hospital, whatever term. He was the first person in there that I seen a little mental in, okay? I was like, the rest of these niggas, they just hood, gang banging, won't stop throwing that dope at 16 ass niggas. That's what I was in there with. But when Jordan walked up in there, I said, oh God. I said, he's special, but not too special because he had a tongue and a mouth on him. That nigga, he talk that shit. Oh, he talking. So I'm like, okay, for the first day or two when I was, just, sitting back like mother, watching everybody, and I was watching Jordan, it was like, I was trying to figure him out because I could clearly tell that it was a difference between him and the rest of us. But I could still tell he was still, somewhat here with us. So, I was just feeling him out. So, me feeling him out, transitioning to us speaking at, I think, lunch. Because I'm a morning person now. But back in the day at the hospital, girl, I was not a morning person. Do not, unless I really am cool with you or you fine, do not speak to me in the morning. So, me and Jordan end up speaking at lunch, and it had been, like his maybe fourth or third day there because I remember him coming in right before a weekend. So it had to be like on a little Thursday or something, like a Thursday, Friday. Okay, so about time Monday rolled around, bitch, I'm speaking to him. I'm trying to see, I'm trying to see what it's giving, so I'm speaking to him. So me and Jordan ended up sitting at the lunch table amongst, 15 other niggas. And me and Jordan ended up started talking, and I can't remember what the conversation had became, but I know we started a conversation there in that cafeteria. So as the day proceeded on, he sat by me doing RT, which is recreational therapy. I spoke about it before. It's something that we do throughout the day. Now I speak normally about these terms because it's like, if you're watching this video, which is like the knife story, you should know what's going on. If you don't, I'm sorry, go catch up. So my people know that we go to RT during the day. So doing recreational therapy, Jordan ended up coming to sit by me, and he ended up talking to me, and during this conversation, I remember actually like tapping in and listening. And the first conversation, I was just I was listening with him when we was talking at lunch. I was listening, but I was still, like I said, I was still, succumbing into him, and I was trying to, figure him all out. And like I said, he was, he halfway here, but he's so Anyway, so RT, we're talking. Now, at this time, he's speaking about his relationship with his mother, but he's not really telling me what he's done to get into the mental hospital, but he's just telling me that he has a strained relationship with his mom, and he doesn't know if he's going to be able to leave the hospital. He doesn't know, like, what the future holds for him. So, me being a real bitch, I open up to him and say, look here, I've been here since December. I've been here since December. Look. He thought he was going to get a sympathy card, bitch. I pulled mine out, too. I got one, too. Woo. I said, I've been here since December. At this point, I don't know. It's fucking third week, fourth week of January. I'm like, I've been here since the middle of December. And you know, I'm basically opening up and telling him the same thing. I have a strange relationship with my mom. I don't know if I'm gonna be leaving anytime soon, baby. I seen Christmas, New Year's. They finna start saying, Happy Valentine's very soon. So me and him are having this conversation. We're having this conversation. And after that, I remember we got up and we left. Now, doing RT, this is just a random little like thingamajig. When we were speaking, we were making these little things that I just want to tell y'all about this so bad. This has nothing to do with the story. But we were making these things where it's like a beads. It's like you put beads down and you create this like art, and then the teacher, she would take it over to an iron and she'll put an iron on it, and then all the beads would stick together. Do y'all know what the fuck I'm talking about? Do y'all know? It's been on my heart for years. Okay, I've been thinking about that for years, and I never knew how I would explain it to somebody. So I just been thinking about it for years. So like, did y'all ever play with those? Are those something that they only had at a mental hospital? Like, do y'all know what the fuck I'm talking about? Like, you would take these beads and you could create little things on a little like a little plastic rack. You create it and you sit like a little piece of like a wax paper over it and you iron it. Do you know what? Anyways, we were in there playing with beads, bitch, having a heart-to-heart, dragging our mothers. So that's what we're doing at RT. So after RT, we wrap up and we will go to dinner. We'll go to dinner. Of course, me and James, we're kicking it off. We've had a great day. Like I said, my mind is actually blown that I'm having such a fluent conversation with somebody that's halfway here and halfway gone. So at dinner, we having a conversation, and I end up introducing him to the different friends that I had. Friends is crazy at a mental hospital, but honey, when you in there for a couple times or a couple days, a couple weeks, a couple months, you grab a couple buddies, bitch. So I introduced him to my buddies. My buddies, they really wasn't feeling James that much because James, he wasn't mentally there. So fast forward until like Tuesday. James is in a counseling. Oh my goodness. Let me just tell all James' business. James is in a counseling session with his mom. They're doing like what do you call it? A family counseling. It's like when he's in there, his mom's in there, and the therapist is in there. So this is the counseling session that you have right before, you know, you leave. Well, this counseling session determines if you're about to go or not. If you're about to leave or you about to stay up in this bitch. Now, I don't know because I wasn't there, but I can tell by the aftermath, baby, when James starts storming in there, the counseling session did not go well, bitch. He comes in there guns ablaze, and he storms into the dormitory on Bridges where the boys are, because at this point we're all in the front room like watching TV and maybe eating snacks. Maybe he busts in there and this nigga is cussing. Now it's a long walk from the family therapy room back to Bridges, but evidently somebody must have pissed that nigga off, girl, because he had cussed up and down the hallway all the way back to where we were back on the unit. So he's trying to come into the room and where we're watching TV, but he's cussing like a fucking sailor, and they're not for it. So they're telling him, you know, James, you're gonna go to your room, you're gonna go to your room, you're gonna go to your room, and this man hits the roof. When I tell you, baby, he hit the roof and I hit the door, bitch, I wanted to see. Bitch, I wanted to see. This motherfucker started screaming, no, I ain't going on, motherfucking. This girl, go off. I can't even say everything. I want to be monetized. I need to stay monetized. Girl talking about, so he ain't going to no MF room. Y'all got him effed up. He finna whoop everybody's ass. And you know, usually in predicaments like that, when somebody say, you know, I'm finna whoop everybody's ass, I'm the first bitch to hop up and say, who ass finna get beat? But like I said, you know, like I've been explaining the whole story, James was halfway here, so I let that cruise ship just sail, baby. I just said, ooh. So I'm watching from the door because at this point, nobody's gonna tell me to get away from the door. Nobody's gonna block me from the door because they're trying to calm James down. The two people on the unit are trying to get James back into his room, and he's not going into his room. So both of the men have him up like this. And he, girl, biggest feet in the world. Girl, he's choosing these feet to push, and trevor on the ground. And baby, both of these grown men are struggling to get him in his room. So they finally get to the room door. And because they have him sprung out like this, because they got him sprung out like this, they try to push him in the door, but girl, he doesn't go into the door. So they turn him sideways. So they turn him sideways and he goes into the room, the door closed. And at this point, it is all hell breaking loose in that fucking room. Now, I spoke about it getting crazy in those rooms when the doors closed. That's not my testimony to speak about right just now, you know. Not it. But went the fuck down in that room. After it goes the fuck down in the room, the two staff members come out. They come back and, you know, they assisting us, making sure we still good, watching our TV, bitch. You know, I'm gagging. At this point, I'm sitting back down because they've been in the room about 7 minutes. It's not like I can see anything, so I'm back sitting down. They assist us, and I be nosy. I try to see, you know, is James okay? Is James okay? Why did I almost call his real name out loud? Like, it was like right there on my brain. I won't say it was on my tongue, but it was just right there. It was so, could have easily fell from my brain on my mouth. James, that's his name, James. I'm like, oh my goodness, is his name James or Jordan? What nickname I give him? Because I know, I don't know which nickname. James or Jordan. Okay, more of the story is, girl, him. I can't remember because his real name sat on my brain like that. It literally made me forget what nickname I gave him. Like, and I'm too deep in this story to just stop it and go watch all this back. Like, but I know it was either, I gave him either James or Jordan. One of the sort. But his fucking real name was sitting on my brain and gave me a fucking jump scare. Damn, where did I pick this off? They came out of the room after they got finished, you know, wrestling in there. They checking on us. What goes next? I began being nosy. So I asked, you know, the staff members, I asked, like, you know, is Jordan okay? Is Jordan okay? Is Jordan okay? And they say, you know, he had a tough time, but, you know, he'll be good. That's about as much as they can tell me, girl, because everybody was running around with an NDA or, you know, no confiscation, whatever the fuck it is, confidentiality. They couldn't tell me much. I'm trying to see why the fuck he was wilding out. When I asked, was he okay? I was trying to see what happened earlier. I wasn't trying to see, you know, what happened present day. Okay, I want to know what happened down there in that room with the white lady, bitch. But they can't tell me. So the night ends up wrapping. We go to our rooms or whatever. And it takes like a day or two before I see Jordan because Jordan was on room restriction. And they would put us on room restriction if you start wilding the fuck out. And Jordan wilded the fuck out. So basically he was on room restriction. So it was a minute before I seen him. Now I did see him in passing, like getting meds and also doing vitals. But it wasn't a long duration of time for me to ask him, like, you know, you good? What happened? Because we had just started building our friendship for him to wild out and get locked up in the mental hospital. Like, they put him in the room down there by himself. So I would only see him in the morning doing vitals and getting his medication, and then he'll be back in his room. He would be doing his work on the room. He would also be doing he would eat in the room. Girl, we didn't see him. We seen him early in the morning at 7 a.m. taking his vitals, taking his meds, and then he would be ushered back to the damn room restriction. So once he finally gets off room restriction, I'm able to see him. I asked him, like, hey, what's going on? You know, what's going on? And he, you know, he opens up and tells me, you know, his mom is talking about sending him over to, what is it called? Long-term treatment. I can't remember. But it's basically his mother was telling him, like, hey, we're going to take you from this hospital and we're going to move you to another hospital and you're going to have to sit here for about 9 months. I can't remember what it's called. What is it called? Oh my goodness. All my mental hospital babies tell me when you get sent to the hospital and they keep you there within 3 to 6 or 9 months, it's a certain term for it. But he said, you know, he wilded the fuck out. He told me he was wilding the fuck out in a meeting and his mom ended up walking out of the meeting and just leaving. So it was looking pretty bad for him. It was looking pretty bad for him. But he told me during his time of being locked down and restricted off, he did get a phone call from his mother and he was able to speak with his mom. In that conversation, he was able to apologize. So I'm like, okay, at least you're able to apologize, honey. I ain't heard from my mama in 60 years. I can't even give her no sob story. I can't even give no sob story. But we're having this conversation. He's catching me up, telling me all his business, you know, and I'm getting the business. I'm getting all the business, bitch. I'm getting all the business. Now, fast forward a couple days, he ends up getting fucking approved for dismissal. He actually does not go to the long-term treatment. I cannot remember what the long-term treatment is for the life of me. If I Google it, I'm gonna put it up on the screen, what they call long-term treatment. But he ends up being released, and his mom was just threatening him with long-term treatment. Girl, his mama was just threatening him. His mama was just threatening him with long-term treatment, but he done told the office up. He done told the office up. He done cussed and all type of bitches and hoes. But his mama went back on it. His mama went back on it. And I just, as a parent, me, if I was, you know, threatening my child and telling them, you know, I'm about to send you to this long-term treatment, and then I became all type of bitches and hoes, it would be, I would literally go whisper in the therapist's ear, hey, actually, we're gonna actually move forward with that for real. Email the paperwork, fax that paperwork, text me the paperwork. I literally would, I need the paperwork. I need the paperwork. But his mom had a great, forgiving heart. So he ends up getting, discharge, okay? I can't remember any of the bougie fucking terms, okay? He ends up getting discharged, and as he's discharging, I am telling him, you know, goodbye, because, you know I'm not going nowhere. My mother's not answering the phone. She ain't coming to do any of the family counseling meetings. I know I'm not going nowhere, so I tell him, you know, holla, deuces, and, you know, he leaves on out. Now, this is the funniest shit ever. I tell you the most randomest story, so I could just come and tell you this, okay? Let me tell you this, bitch. This is how the story ends. So, Jordan is his name, right? So, Jordan gets discharged. I don't know if I can say this because this might... I won't say the actual restaurant. I'll change the restaurant because this might just give away the hospital. But there's a restaurant right in front of this hospital, in front of this mental hospital, Taco Bell. There's a Taco Bell right in front of this mental hospital. And as Jordan was getting discharged, this is what I hear. Jordan asks his mother to go to Taco Bell. Now his mom is like, look here, I done been all type of bitches and hoes for the last week and a half. You just left the mental hospital. There's no Taco Bell for you. His mom is like, there's no Taco Bell for him. And he ends up throwing a full-blown tantrum. She's all type of bitches and hoes once again. Now, like I told you, Jordan, he was halfway here, halfway gone. He had autism, but I don't know what level of autism, but he did have autism. But he ends up calling his mother all type of bitches and hoes. She's bitches and hoes because she won't go to Taco Bell across the street from the mental hospital. Do y'all know Jordan? Do y'all know Jordan's mom spins that motherfucking car around, takes his ass back to admissions, and sends his ass right back to the hospital? I kid you not, that nigga was back over there with me on Bridges within a matter of 9 hours, because it takes a little time over there when they checking you in, because in the check-in building they checking in adults, they checking in minors, they checking in old people, they checking in everybody in one building. So it takes a lot of time. It takes a time because there are like 4 people and there's like 40 niggas waiting to be checked in. So it takes a time. But that nigga, before shift changed, before shift changed, okay, before the shift could change fully, bitch, that nigga was back up in the hospital. Poor Jordan. Poor Jordan. I was still there, bitch. People, you see, he left and came back. At least he got a little fresher. But that is the story time about Jordan girl being turned around and sent right back to the hospital. Now, I know you guys are waiting for me to spill my tea, and my tea is coming, okay? Right now, I'm spilling everybody else's business because at that point, I was just observing everybody and acting like I was on a reality show. But things are about to turn. I have reached my snapping point, okay, baby? It's about to come up. I have been up in here way too long. We about to have some story times with me getting crunk, okay? We about to get into it. But until then, girl, go watch the other story times of everybody else getting crunk. All right, I'm spilling everybody else's business until I get to mine very shortly. But I love y'all so much. I hope you guys enjoyed this mental hospital story time. And if you didn't, girl, I don't give a fuck. Now, I definitely see y'all in a different video. Hopefully, if you enjoyed this one, bye.